Well, today we're going to explore chipboard, and all I can say is buckle up because Teresa's got tons of wonderful techniques. In fact, here is one on this card, and look at that. Okay, please come play with us. Well, as I said, chipboard is our focus, and there are 5 sets. Teresa has made 4 projects using these 4, so I'm going to set these aside, and I just wanted to share with you what this one is, since she wasn't able to use it. This looks like one, however, it's got 3 layers. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. So yes, that's what you're thinking. You can make 3 different projects with it. I think that's a great idea. So I just wanted to point that out because you wouldn't necessarily see that in the package. Okay, let me set this aside and we will get into our first one, which is using the snowflakes. Now, as you can see, there are 4 right here. And Teresa has used our Dazzle cards, and these are 5 by 6.5. And you do get in the package 5 of the printed cards and 5 matching envelopes, so that works beautifully. And the first step that she did, well, she elected to do this as a landscape style, so the fold is up here. And the first thing that she did is to color the edges. Now, I know that you know how to do this, but just in case, I'm going to bring in my craft mat. I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to bring in the Prussian blue ink pad that she used. And I'll bring in one of my blending tools. Oh, by the way, the cards also have a message on the back. This one is just for you by, so that you can sign your name and take all the credit. That's a good idea. So all you're going to do is tap this, and this is a technique that's been used often, but I just thought it would be fun to kind of show it. So you're going to start on the edge of the craft mat and come in a circular fashion, just like this. And that will start to give you that edge. And it just works so well with the Dazzle cards because it's going to give you a bit of color. And as you can see, that's what Teresa has done. You can go in as far as you want or not as far as just whatever you choose. So that works well. Now, so that gets our color set. And Teresa has taken the chipboard, and I have to tell you, she has done multiple layers on this. In fact, I have my Post-it note to remind me. And let me just hold these up so that you can really see. They are sparkly. I hope that you are seeing that. Maybe you'll see it more at that angle. There you go. So it worked beautifully. So what she did first is she used the sparkle pen. Now, we are the only ones who sell these individually, so that just allows you to, you know, get started. And the sparkle pen, let me just use a piece of chipboard over here. Let me turn it over. And the sparkle pen is just that. It's a pen, and it's going to add, not color, it's going to add sparkle. You can kind of see it getting darker as I'm coloring it here. And it's just this super easy. It will dry pretty quickly, and when it dries, it's going to have some sparkle. I'm not sure it will until it dries. No, you're not seeing anything, but well, I'm starting to see a little bit, but it will do that. So that was layer number 1. Layer number 2, she took a Versamark ink pad and tapped it over the piece. Now, you probably would pull this out of the chipboard, so I'm not going to do this step. I'm just going to kind of talk you through it, but just pop it out just like this. That's all it takes. And so tap this, then you're going to sprinkle with the clear embossing powder on top, and then heat it, melt it with a heat gun, and that will take care of it. Now, she did one more thing, because, you know, like that wasn't enough. I'm going to bring this back in. She used Glitter Kiss. Now, Glitter Kiss is, it has a sponge applicator on the top, which I had already pulled out. And it comes like this in a glass jar. And I think you can see all of the sparkle. You want to get in closer, Jeanette, just to, yeah, lots and lots of sparkle. So what you'll do is you'll use the sponge applicator And you don't need much, which is one of the nice things. By the way, with this type of product, when you've done using it, you want to just mist it, a little bit of water, put the lid on it, that way it won't dry out. So this is just going to go on the top. Now, if you have any of it get into the evacuated areas, like this happened, just take a toothpick. That's Teresa's recommendation. Just take a toothpick and punch it out, and that will work nicely. So I hope you can see the sparkle, because it's pretty wonderful in person. You want to get back closer, Jeanette? There you go. Okay, see what I meant? Wow, look at that. Okay, so you want to mist a little bit of water, and then of course you want to clean off the sponge. That would be a good idea. So I'm just going to set this here for right now. So all of those layers is what Teresa used on this card. And you can just see it in person. I hope you can see it on camera. Now, to finish her card, there you go. Yeah, now you can see it. Great. Okay, now to finish her card, she added some crystals. These are the crystal shimmer. They are clear, but they're faceted. So that's why you're getting a bit of shine. Also, you can see the blue snowflakes there. Well, that's our friend Dazzles. And here is the package. Now the package has 10 sheets, and there's all different sizes of snowflakes, multiple colors. So there's white, there is teal, there's blue, and you can see that she has put the blue on the front of her card, and just everything is sparkling and shimmering. Now her message there, her greeting, comes from the snowflakes and snow folks cutting die cuts. Okay, there's 31 die cuts. If snowflakes were hugs, I'd send you a blizzard. Isn't that fun? Now on the inside of her card, that is where she used the 4th snowflake. It's also where she used the snowflakes and snow folks paper. And this is the 12 by 12. So you can see she's got the dark color. You can kind of see it right there, okay? And then she matted it on the snowflakes and snow folks cardstock. So that goes there. More Dazzles, another of the die cuts, and just finishes this card. So with that set of products, you can make a lot of cards, and of course you get 5 of these in the package. So that works nicely. Okay, that is technique number 1. Notice it had 4 layers, but you could use any of those layers. I guess I had 3 layers. You could use any of those layers separately. So just to give you some other ideas. Okay, now we are going to go into, obviously, another card. And this is using the star and the deer. Now that's a fun combination. Here is what the chipboard looks like. You get 2 pieces. And Teresa has used, as you can see, this is the Dazzle ornaments. And as always, these are in black and white. 5 cards, 5 envelopes, you get the idea. And here is what she did with it. Now, can you see all of those gold specks? Yes, look at that. How pretty is that? I will tell you, we have been waiting, gosh, I think it's been 8 months to get this product back in stock. So I'm going to turn the card over, and I'm going to show you what she did. Well, actually, let me stop. First of all, you're going to color in the ornaments, okay? The markers, they're all listed in her instructions, which, by the way, are down below. Just click on this card, you'll see them, and you can make any substitutions, of course, that you want to do. So this is going to get colored first. Then you're going to get the Glimmer Mist Gold. So this is great, and you're just going to spritz it. So just like this, and you do want to put it on the craft mat and just hold it and spritz, okay? Now if you hold it further away, you're going to get a lighter misting. If you go in closer, you're going to get a heavier misting. So this is a little heavy, so you might want to back it up. Maybe put it in a box. That would work well. I also use, in fact, you can see the shine going on. I usually line my sink with newspaper, put my project in there, and then I mist it. That way it contains everything. So you can do as you wish, but that works well for me. Okay, my craft mat's going back out again. And yes, this is buckling a little bit, but when it dries, it will be flat. So you can see how nice that is. So she's really controlled her dots, so that works very well. Now, for the chipboard, she has done something different, and let me show you what it is. Let me get a piece of chipboard, and I'll use a deer. In fact, I'll just use this one. So I'm going to pop this out. Obviously, I'm not using the chipboard that she did, but I wanted to get you something just to show you. Okay, so what she did is she colored the deer in the browns. So she has used two browns in the tri markers, the earth brown and the gold brown. Now the earth brown is the darker of the two, and then you also have a light, medium, and dark. So I'm going to go dark. And the dark I'm going to use, if I was doing this one, I would use the hoofs, and I would also do the antler. So I'll just do the antler. I don't want to take a ton of time to do this. Yes, I should have done some earlier. Okay, so I have colored. I've used both tri-blend markers, the dark colors and the medium colors, as you can tell. So I'm put that aside. Now, Teresa did something interesting. So she took her mister and filled it with rubbing alcohol. So, and then we're just going to mist this onto craft mat. Oh, wonderful that craft mat is. In fact, I'm going to do it twice and you'll smell the alcohol. Then we're going to put this into the alcohol and see what it does to our ink. Let's see. We kind of do have to let it dry, which I'm not doing, but it's going to move those colors around a little bit and shift them. So let me, and then you do it once, let it dry, which of course I'm not doing, and then do it a second time. So let me go over here where the second batch of alcohol, and I'll come back to that and show it to you because we're not seeing a whole lot of difference, but there will be a whole lot of difference. So, okay, so we're going to let that dry. And then let me just show you the other things that are on this card. Now, to get the gold, she simply sprayed some of this onto her craft mat and used a paintbrush to paint it on top of the chipboard. So that worked nicely, clever woman. Now, this piece is going to go on top of our wood and woodland 12 by 12. So you can see all the colors there. Obviously she used the green. She matted it onto a brown that comes from the wood and woodland solid cardstock. You can see all of those luscious colors. And spritzed it again with the gold. There you go, you can see that. And this then is foam taped into the center of our card. So even though I thought it was really interesting because these are ornaments and this obviously is a deer and a star, but don't they work nicely? And of course the gold really links everything together. Speaking of gold, that is from our Christmas greetings dazzles, and what this has is the tiny words and phrases dazzles as well as the script. So it's kind of like everything you'll need. So you can see that little joy came from the tiny words. Now let's go into the card and look at that. More of the wood and woodland, but what she did is she edged the piece with a velvet fawn prism ink. So just going right along the edge. You can do it with a blending brush or you can do it straight on, whichever you like. The blending brush is going to give you a softer edge, kind of like a shadow around it. Now this is also out of the wood and woodland, so obviously our deer is going to match our deer here. Good tidings, and then this is really nice because you can see the tiny words Christmas, and you can also see the script together. So how nice and fun to do this. She wanted to put something on the back because the glimmer mist is going to, when you spray it, it could soak through, which is kind of what it's meant to do. So just want to share that with you. So covering that with another paper, and this is, of course, a perfect combination. Okay, couple of techniques there. Now we're going to go into this one, and I think this is the one I showed you at the beginning. And look at that, how pretty. Okay, this is the Holly Dazzle cards, same thing. And this time she has die cut a window out of the front. And she used our rectangle and scalloped dies. Excuse me. Obviously, she didn't use the scallop, she used a straight edge. So you want to position that in the center of the card. Now, this is 5 inches, so it's going to go through any die cutting machine. This is 6.5 inches, so you would need like the Gemini Junior or a Big Shot Plus. If you don't have that, go ahead and put your cutting die here, and then insert your plate here, or turn this and die cut it through. That way you can use your regular machines, your 6-inch wide machines. So nothing will stop us from making everything work. Okay, so that's your creating your window. And again, you're going to color in, but this time what Teresa is recommending is she has used letterbox red, Holly green, and khaki prism ink pads. And what she did was simply, come on craft mat, press them onto the craft mat like so. Spritz a little water, this time it's water, not rubbing alcohol, like so. There you go. Okay, and then use a paintbrush to dip in here and color them. So markers, ink and paintbrush, lots of options for you. Okay, so let me scoot that out of the way, getting a good reading, a good mix of techniques. Okay, so she has done that. Then the Jingle All the Way, well, you can kind of guess where that's coming from. Our friend, the Christmas greetings, and Jingle All the Way is from the tiny words section. We're going to go in here, and the way that she colored, let me show you the chipboard. And this, it's called tatted trees. And tatting, if you're unaware of it, it is a needlepoint technique. And you use thread, and you're actually kind of making lace. And isn't that gorgeous? So they've done it for you in the chipboard, which I appreciate. Now she is using the larger of the 2 trees in this one, but you could use either. And she painted it with the green and the red, the holly green and the letterbox red. So that works nicely. Then she glued it to a piece of patterned paper. This is from our Sparkling Season, which just released recently. So she's got a piece there. And there are kind of sparkles on that. She matted it on the Sparkling Season solid cardstock. We always have the combination that's going to work perfectly. And glued it in the center, but you want to make sure that that's going to show in your window. So you want to, before you attach it, you want to make sure it's going to work just like this. Now to add extra sparkle, she has used our stars dazzles, and I pulled the backing off of this. You get gold and silver. Obviously you can see she's used gold here. And that snowflake is part of the paper pack, and you can see just the kind of sparkles that are part of that paper pack. The Joy to You is one of the script pieces from the same Christmas greetings section. So fun. And what I like about this is that you could mass produce these. So again, you've got 5 cards and envelopes, that's gonna work. And you can make them your own. Okay, I've got one more. And with this one, Teresa used the hearts. And let me show you what they look like when they're naked. There you go. And you get 2. And isn't that pretty? Just gorgeous. Now, what she used to color these is a direct-to-ink process. So she has placed the heart on her craft mat, of course, and simply tapped on. Now, she used teal at the top, and she used royal blue at the bottom, and just tap them on. Works really nicely, as you can see. Now, this card is a 5-inch square card. So she took our 5 by 6.5 and just cut 1.5 inches off to make it 5 by 5, okay? Now, she is using the same colors in papers that she used in ink pads. Nice little technique. And what she has used is the Snowfall 6 by 6 papers. And this has just got wonderful imagery, of course. And so she's used the teal. She cut it smaller than her 5 by 5 card. And then she took a piece of the blue with Snowfall on it, matted it on white, and then placed it right here over on the left side of her card, and wrapped a ribbon around that. This is out of our white ribbon collection. There you go. You can see the tag. And she did the one piece of ribbon, and then she took 2 strips and tied them on the ribbon. And doesn't that look nice? I love how it angles. Just really nice technique, and super, super easy. That's always nice. The Warm Winter Wishes is foam taped. That comes from the Snowfall die cuts. There you go. And then she added on top, and let's see if I can find them on my table. Oh, there they are. These are our dewdrops. They are clear, and don't they just add a pretty shine? And I don't know that I would have thought of doing that, but I'm happy that Teresa did. So look at that, just really nice. Okay, now let's go inside our card. Again, the fold is at the top. There is another piece of the teal colored, matted on teal, placed in the center. This is another out of the die cuts. And then we've got the other heart with the dewdrops in place. Now, you could elect to use this on a second card, of course. Teresa elected to put them together for you. Really pretty. So you can do lots of fun things with the ink pads and having them coordinate with your papers. Beautiful job. Okay, that's what we have. So you've seen the hearts, you've seen the tatted snowflakes, you've seen our deer, you've seen the snowflakes, and I also showed you this one. So that's going to give you all 5 of them. There they are. We do have a money saver. You know where that is, on the right side of our screen. So it's giving you all of these plus the Dazzle cards that Teresa used at a discounted price, just in case that is of interest to you. As I said, all of the instructions are down below. You can see a list of all the materials that Teresa used, and of course we carry all of them. If you are watching us on YouTube, I hope that you will like us. I hope that you will leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Maybe Chipboard is new for you, but there's just so much you can do, and especially getting these detailed looks at really an affordable price. So like us, subscribe, and then leave a comment, okay? And come on over to paperwishes.com. Take a look at the money saver. You can look at the instructions down below and see what you think. And if you're interested in anything, we do have them for sale. Was that too subtle a hint? Thank you so much, Teresa. Wonderful job, as always. And I want to thank you for being part of our Paper Wishes family. Bye-bye.